Hi, everyone, and welcome to HiFive Friday. Today is January 13th, and this is our first official HiFive for 2023. Just wanted to thank everyone again for all of their hard work. 2022 was a year of a lot of changes, a lot of new, a lot of kind of organizing and prioritizing, and we hope that 2023, not necessarily that the dust will settle, but that we focus on rebuilding and how do we come up at the top again and kind of continue our legacy and our reputation of being an outstanding cancer center. So with that, I'm just going to jump into the high five for this week. And the first one, remember that January 17th is going to be the Delirium 4AT rollout. Laura Hoofring and your educators and resource nurses will be rounding just to make sure that everyone understands what it is and that they're doing it correctly, and they'll be there for assistance. So please look out for them and ask them if you have any questions. Just make sure you get your My Learnings done. The new crash cards are coming out at the end of the month. Remember that you have to do the required learning and scan the barcode. There's a new vital signs machine coming out soon, and we'll make sure that everyone has a chance to kind of touch and play with them a little bit and become much more familiar with the new equipment. So just reach out to your CNS or educator or resource nurse for assistance. And just so that you know, the ClinTech skill validation days and makeup days for nurses will be coming up this April. So look out for information regarding that. And my favorite part of our high five, I wanted to read our Daisy Award nominees. We didn't have any winners in our department this time, but I think everybody's a winner if you can get nominated. So the first one is actually for Denise Gallagher, who works in our brain subspecialty in office practice. And just, this is actually pretty touching. Denise is a very special nurse, and I have countless examples of how she goes above and beyond for her patients. I think her dedication and compassion is remarkable. For our brain tumor patients, Denise is their point of contact, from notifying the team about an admission to an outside hospital to visiting our patients on the day of their infusion. Denise is there. She will follow up with our patients throughout their journey, and for some patients, this ends up being a daily event. Denise will never cut corners and comes to work before her shift starts and stays long after it ends. A particular example of her commitment was last month. We had seen a patient as a second opinion, and although we were probably the 5th cancer center to evaluate the patient, we had recommended a clinical trial at another institution. Although we had only seen the patient once and had limited records, Denise would speak to the outside institution multiple times and attempted to retrieve the records from the other cancer centers for them. I think this is a great example of Denise's kind heart, because she put in numerous hours of work for a patient that wasn't even going to follow here at Johns Hopkins, but wanted him to receive the best opportunity for his treatment. Thank you, Denise Gallagher. Thank you for going that extra mile. The next one is for Allison Libertini in 5D. During a response to an emergent decompensation of a patient, Allie quickly jumped into action and provided and placed intravenous access to a very unstable patient. After establishing a way to give him IV meds, she then assisted other staff in setting up monitors and performing an EKG. She also comforted the patient and his daughters during a very stressful situation. So thank you, Allison, for being a team player. Awesome work. The next one is for Tim Cameron in 4A. My husband was in pain. Tim was a great nurse in answering our questions. He helped my husband feel comfortable and feeling taken care of. Tim's attitude was fit to our situation. Thanks, Tim, for the great work you have done from your here. Thank you so much, Tim, for being such a compassionate nurse. The next one is for Shannon Rothman in office practice. Shannon has been wonderful through my 3 years of fighting cancer. I look forward to seeing her when I come, and she is usually the first to greet me whether I am her patient for the day or not. She is kind and friendly. She listens and remembers what we've talked about. She's always concerned with my comfort and time spent there. If I ask her a question, she sees to it that I get my answer before any other further moves are made. She makes me feel like my family is with me even when I'm alone. Chemo can be so stressful and scary. I'm so thankful to have her around. She keeps me smiling and makes me laugh. Thank you for providing this funny, kind, compassionate, honest, caring warrior nurse. She makes it better. It takes a lot to love and care for your patients and still be professional. Shannon has it all. Well, thank you, Shannon, for being that well-rounded nurse. But it's definitely appreciated and definitely noted. The next one is for Sarah Zakin in office practice. We had a lot of office practice recognition. It's awesome. It's a little lengthy, so I'm just going to read a few of the paragraphs. I am a stage 4 colon cancer patient. After being declared no evidence of disease following a liver surgery and a colon surgery, I found out in June that 3 tumors had appeared in my liver and that I would be restarting chemotherapy. This was devastating news. I knew I would be in good care, however, because the Vera staff had been so wonderful while I was in my treatment over the past year. Nevertheless, returning was hard until a bubbly nurse brought me back to the infusion rooms and said she remembered me from my previous treatment. She was actually the last nurse I had before stopping chemo. That was the first time I had met her. I was surprised she remembered me, but she commented on my dance parties I have during chemo and asked if I would keep doing them. Of course I would. And it goes on a little bit longer, but I'm just going to read the last sentence. Now that I am either done with chemotherapy or will have a break from it, I am realizing that I will truly miss Sarah. I wish her the absolute best and hope that her kindness, professionalism, and wonderful spirit will be recognized with a Daisy Award. She deserves it and much more. Sarah, thank you so much for going above and beyond for this patient. Hopefully we can have our dance parties here too for our patients, for our other patients. Thank you, Sarah. And Sarah, you got a second Daisy Award nomination. And this one reads, she has been my wife's nurse on multiple treatment sessions. She is always so positive and helps keep my wife's spirits up too. It is all very technically, she is also very technically proficient. During this visit, Sarah noticed an error in the medical records and contacted the doctor to verify and have them corrected. She did it very subtly so as to not alarm my wife, but ensured she received top-notch care. Now, when we schedule an appointment, we always request Sarah as our nurse. Thank you so much, Sarah, for being that detail-oriented nurse that our patients need. And with that, I want to say thank you, everyone. It takes a village to take care of our patients, to work here in the cancer center. It may have one patient, but that one patient touches over 10 people in any given visit. So thank you to each and every one of you, to our nurses, to our clin techs, our CNAs, our administrators, our housekeeping staff, our clinical engineering team, our shift coordinators, our leadership team. It takes a village. So thank you to each and every one of you for all that you do, your hard work and your dedication. We look forward to a wonderful 2023. Hope to see everybody soon.